Sidrabank's roadmap contains 29 distinct milestones, ranging from coin launch all the way to AI trading services. This ambitious scope immediately raises questions. Is this comprehensive vision, or is it scope creep that basically guarantees delays? Let's examine what they're promising. The initial phases focus on fundamentals: blockchain development, user-friendly platform creation, and loyalty system implementation. These are, honestly, standard requirements for any crypto project. Then the roadmap escalates rapidly. Foreign exchange services, crowdfunding options, stock market trading, auction houses, freelance job integration, and insurance services. Each edition multiplies technical complexity and regulatory requirements exponentially. Here's the framework for evaluating such roadmaps. Projects succeed by executing core functions excellently before expanding horizontally. Ethereum focused on smart contracts before scaling solutions. Bitcoin perfected peer-to-peer value transfer before considering additional features. Sidrabank's roadmap suggests they're building everything simultaneously: banking, trading, insurance, marketplace, lending, robo-advisory, and AI services. The Islamic finance compliance layer adds another dimension. Every feature must align with Sharia principles. No interest-based transactions, no speculation in prohibited assets, transparent operations, and ethical investment standards. This isn't just marketing differentiation. It's an operational constraint that requires Islamic scholars validating every protocol before deployment. Now let's contrast the roadmap scope against the founders' admitted challenges: technology expert shortages, high salary costs, misaligned teams, and regulatory difficulties obtaining licenses. These aren't minor obstacles. They're fundamental execution barriers. How does a team struggling with internal alignment and expert recruitment simultaneously develop 29 complex features while maintaining Sharia compliance? The answer is, well, they don't. A realistic assessment suggests Sidrabank faces years of development before delivering even half their promised services. This doesn't make them fraudulent. It makes them overpromised and under-resourced, which, creates a different risk profile than projects with focused scope and adequate funding. Let's address Sidrabank's core differentiation: Islamic finance integration. This represents both their greatest opportunity and, honestly, their most complicated challenge. The opportunity is substantial. Muslim populations globally face limited access to Sharia-compliant financial services. Traditional Islamic banking exists, but often lacks technological sophistication and accessibility. Crypto adoption in Muslim-majority countries faces theological uncertainty. Are digital assets halal? Is trading speculation permissible? Which currencies comply with Islamic law? Sidrabank positions itself to answer these questions by building infrastructure that inherently aligns with Sharia principles. If executed properly, they could capture underserved markets that conventional crypto platforms ignore. The target demographic isn't small. Over 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide seeking financial services that respect their religious obligations. However, and this is critical, Islamic finance compliance isn't self-declared. It requires validation from recognized Islamic scholars and ongoing oversight ensuring all operations maintain Sharia adherence. This creates operational complexity that Western DeFi platforms never face. Every smart contract, every lending mechanism, every trading feature requires scholarly approval before deployment. The founders' transparency about facing criticism from non-Muslims reporting the project as scam reveals another challenge: cross-cultural misunderstanding. Islamic finance principles seem foreign to those unfamiliar with their theological basis. This creates marketing obstacles and regulatory skepticism that purely secular projects avoid. Additionally, Sidrabank must navigate diverse Islamic legal interpretations. Sharia scholars don't universally agree on crypto asset permissibility. Some declare Bitcoin halal, others prohibit it. Sidrabank needs consensus from respected authorities, which takes time and diplomatic effort beyond technical development. If this analysis is revealing complexities about Islamic blockchain banking that promotional content deliberately avoids, you need to smash that like button immediately and subscribe to TJ Crypto World. I deliver these critical investigations daily because, honestly, the crypto space drowns in marketing while starving for honest assessment. Your engagement tells me you're ready for analysis that protects capital while identifying legitimate opportunities. Now, let's examine the specific challenges Sidrabank's founder publicly acknowledged and what they reveal about execution capability. Sidrabank's founder deserves credit for transparency. Unlike projects that hide problems behind vague updates, he documented specific challenges they're facing. Let's analyze what these admissions reveal. Mobile mining criticism. Many questioned why Sidrabank offers mobile mining and whether it provides real value. The founder argues it creates financial access for underserved populations. This sounds noble, but mobile mining faces fundamental skepticism because it often serves user acquisition rather than genuine blockchain security. Users mine coins that haven't launched, creating psychological investment without corresponding value creation. Technology expert shortage and salary costs. This admission is particularly concerning. Blockchain banking requires cybersecurity specialists, smart contract auditors, regulatory compliance experts, and financial engineers. If Sidrabank can't afford competitive salaries to attract top talent, how do they execute their ambitious roadmap? This kind of situation suggests chronic underfunding that, really prevents quality development. Team misalignment and deadline management issues. These internal coordination problems actually indicate some organizational immaturity. So, when projects are juggling 29 roadmap items while struggling with team alignment, it just multiplies the delays, and every missed deadline cascades into the next milestones, which extends timelines, sometimes indefinitely. Regulatory challenges when it comes to obtaining licenses. Well, this is the critical bottleneck. Sidrabank operates in the blockchain and crypto technology space, while also claiming banking services. Regulators all over the world scrutinize these kinds of claims really intensely. The founder even admits difficulty obtaining licenses easily, which most likely means they're operating without proper authorization right now. This creates an existential risk, where a regulatory shutdown could actually eliminate the entire project overnight. KYC challenges and hacker attacks. These are big issues. High verification costs and vulnerability to fake user creation actually reveal some pretty significant security weaknesses. If hackers are able to successfully game the referral system by creating artificial users, it inflates the apparent adoption while draining resources. And the founder's acknowledgement that Apple Store rejects mobile mining apps creates yet another barrier. iOS users simply can't access their primary user acquisition tool. These aren't theoretical problems. They're active obstacles the founder publicly acknowledged. Taken together, they paint a picture of a project with revolutionary vision, but execution capability gaps that may prove insurmountable without significant additional resources and expertise. Sidrabank claims over 3 million users globally, with 110 million user coins and 275 million primary faucet coins. These numbers seem impressive until you examine what users actually means in pre-launch context. A user in Sidrabank's calculation is someone who downloaded their app and started mobile mining. This doesn't represent customers using banking services. It represents people accumulating tokens that haven't launched and may never gain tradable value. The distinction matters enormously. Compare this to actual banking metrics. Traditional banks measure customers by active accounts processing real transactions. DeFi protocols measure users by wallet addresses interacting with deployed smart contracts. Sidrabank measures users by app downloads and mining participation for unreleased tokens. These aren't equivalent metrics. So, the geographic distribution is interesting. Nigeria, China, India, United States, Vietnam, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Benin. These markets include countries with large Muslim populations and regions seeking alternative financial access. However, they also represent jurisdictions with varying regulatory environments, some hostile to crypto, others unclear, and just a few that are genuinely supportive. Now here's the question that really determines everything. When Sidrabank eventually launches their token and tries to roll out banking services, how many of these 3 million users actually convert into real customers? Historical precedent from similar projects suggests conversion rates under 10%. Most participants lose interest when the easy mobile mining ends, and real usage requires things like KYC verification, deploying funds, and paying transaction fees. But hey, this doesn't invalidate Sidrabank's potential. It just puts their user numbers into the right context. 3 million app downloads doesn't mean there are 3 million banking customers. It just means there's a large pool of potential users who could convert, if Sidra really delivers on their promises. Before we conclude this analysis, make sure you're subscribed with notifications activated. I'm launching a series titled Islamic Finance Meets Blockchain, 5 Projects Attempting the Merge, that expands on the unique challenges Sharia-compliant crypto faces. That investigation reveals which projects have actual scholarly endorsement versus self-declared compliance. Don't miss positioning insights before this niche space matures. Subscribe now. I genuinely appreciate each of you for engaging with this comprehensive Sidrabank analysis. Your thoughtful questions and critical thinking push me to deliver research that cuts through promotional noise. Remember, revolutionary vision doesn't guarantee successful execution. Sidrabank addresses real market needs: Islamic finance integration, financial inclusion, Sharia-compliant DeFi, but faces substantial obstacles their own founder candidly acknowledged. Whether they overcome these challenges depends on securing proper funding, attracting technical talent, obtaining regulatory licenses, and maintaining focus while delivering on an extremely ambitious roadmap. For those mining Sidra coins, understand you're participating in a high-risk, high-reward proposition. If Sidra executes successfully, early participants benefit significantly. If they fail to launch or face regulatory shutdown, your time investment yields nothing. Position accordingly. This is TJ from TJ Crypto World, reminding you that the projects most worth investigating are often those bold enough to acknowledge their challenges. Keep researching, keep questioning official narratives, and I'll see you in the next investigation, where we continue separating blockchain innovation from elaborate promises.